She becomes his criminal defense attorney, gets him off. Oh, the tapes kind of wouldn't be prudent at this juncture because he was Senate Majority Leader. And they go, that went away. And he got $60,000 for her for being his attorney from the state. Then when she becomes governor, here's a guy on videotape. Everybody knows he's a crooked politician. He became her co-chief of staff when she became governor in 2000.
Hey, Ernie. Sorry I missed the beginning of your diatribe.
You need it. So now we have, these people are, you know, it boggles the mind how bad they are. So what I wanted to make sure is that I understood what they were doing and when it started. It started a long time ago. From every moment that they could, they did. When computers started getting to the point to where they could enter the data and they could consolidate it and transmit it, they started doing it as early as possible. This has been going on as fast as they can get it done. Well, now the technology is getting where we're ready for everything. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Carla.
Carla?
Archie.
Carla came in, she goes, yeah, last year I told your wife, and she maybe told you, that when you went, it's called Life Touch School Portraits, okay? You know, you go to the school and they take your picture, goes in the yearbook, they got the picture that goes into your student ID, then they send it home to the parents and it has the school ID, has some other ID, and it has the national ID number, okay? I'm like, a national ID number? And it's all school children get their picture taken, put them to a national ID, and they have the facial recognition and the facial advancement in age, like when you get on the milk carton, you know? Well, this is what that kid looks like at 23. So you're going, okay, how do they do that? So I look it up, I get the computer out, and I do this, and I go, oh, I get it. What they've done, Life Touch National School Studios and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, that's what they're doing. For the children, they become adults later, but that don't matter, okay? The children, they take all this information, the biometrics and everything in the public school system, and they are putting it in a national database not later, right now. Who gets access to that national database of all school children with annual pictures every single time? When I started doing radio in 2003, this story came up, and I remember going, are you kidding me? Kids that would go, their parents would say, all right, we want to sign this waiver in public school system. They go, we do not want Army recruiters or any military recruiters contacting our child. And I had two sons. They went to Phoenix Christian and still, you know, in private school. But I mean, when they hit about, you know, it's spring of junior year, man, they're on your case. Ooh, we need guys just like you. We're going to go, you know, come on, come on, come on. Recruiters go down, have them take aptitude tests, all this kind of personal data and tests. I went down, I want to see it. Hi, how you doing? Hey, I'm here. Go ahead. You know, I want to see your spiel. And the questions, a lot of them, they had nothing to do with intelligence. It was all personal stuff. It was database stuff. Every child that goes through this recruiting thing, which is like everybody in the public school system, even private, they fill out all kinds of personal data. It might as well be a long census form. So I'm going, okay. You can sign a waiver saying, I do not give permission for them to contact my kid. But this is what happens. Sure, fine. But your picture can't what? Appear in the school yearbook. And I go, oh, you scumbags with frosting. So I can see that it was an effort to do what? It was to database everybody. So when they came out with SB1070, immediately the people that I knew in charge, the people behind Russell, the different organizations, I mean, it goes, bam, 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 secret handshake, Illuma, New World Order, Empire, complex up. I mean, you know, you follow these guys and you go straight up to the, we want to rule everybody thing. So I'm going, okay. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, it's like 3 steps. So I'm going, all right, how are we going to combat this? Well, the first thing is when this came up, it passed in the Senate, I think, and finally they're going to have it in the House on I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was a Wednesday. The night before, John Green, the guy that wrote this, writes an article on Freedom's Phoenix and tells me that it's up there dissecting where the national ID part is in the law. So I go, okay, I think people should know about this. Tomorrow they're going to vote on it. It's probably going to pass. Just, FYI, here it is. So I take the link and I just send it in an email to my database, which includes a bunch of, politicians and politicos. They're on Freedom's Phoenix, but if they get a personal, email from me, they'll probably go look at it and see what's up, because I only do that like 3 or 4 times a year. So I go, all right, I send it out. The next day, the switchboard is full. They have, man, it just all led to what the heck, and look, did say, it wouldn't be prudent at this juncture for us to put it on the schedule today. We're going to do it, we'll take a look at it. Russell went freaking ballistic. He thought, it was all, they had a party ready. Stuff was going to happen. They already had ready to go. The press conference, the camp, his limelight was totally messed up. So the next day, he sends out an email on Senate letterhead to the planet saying, Ernest Hancock has just created an act akin to domestic terrorism. Okay? Now I got the Senate Appropriations Chairman, Russell Pierce, calling me a domestic terrorist, which I wear proudly, by the way, but that wasn't the point. Okay? So I go, that morning, it's Friday morning, I'm leaving to go to New Hampshire to speak at the Liberty Forum along with Judge Napolitano and Bumper Hornberger of Future Freedom Foundation. The 3 of us were the main speakers at this big multi-day conference. You'd be amazed that Judge Napolitano went off on the government. That guy, it's amazing, how clear he is on it. He was calling Lincoln the biggest scumbag in the planet, and he had all the older people out there, the state guys, starting to saw through their ribs. Because he, arrested a bunch of publishers and editors and conscription and all in the habeas corpus lemonade, saying how bad Lincoln was. Well, these Republicans, but the young kids, all the Free Stater guys, the agorists, the anarchists, the free teen people, Free Talk Live, they're going, woohoo! Man, they're going crazy. I'm going, Judge, he knows where the future is. Oh! And now he was on Fox Online. Well, now they've given his own show on the weekend. Okay? That's actually on the cable. So what I did is I go, as I went there, I'm like, hey, I'm a domestic terrorist. I got them stripes. Everybody else got them stripes? Woo! But I'm not on the no-fly list yet. Now we'll see if I make it back. Okay? Boston Tea Party was one of the speakers there, Ken Royce, and he goes, we're having dinner, and he goes, Ernie, don't let this lie. He goes, if you let this lie, what will happen is that your name will be associated with domestic terrorism, and you don't get to have a say. So you need to get out there and do something. So I go, all right, we'll be a butthead. And I'll pull up the letter Michael Kilsey did. When I get up on Monday morning, get on the plane, I called Michael Kilsey, the state chair of the Libertarian Party. And I said, write something up, the ethics committee. We found out where the ethics committee was. Because the Senate Ethics Committee, they don't list it anywhere. They don't show it on anything. We found out who the committee members are, and who the chairman was Ron Gold. Or Gould, or how you say his name. So So we have Ron Gould, and he's the chairman of this. We know that the rules are that you have to send them something certified, and it has to be in print. Well, we send an email out to the planet and so on. It goes for a couple of days. It makes the press. They start doing a thing on it. But they're like going, ha, 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 we're not going to have to do anything because, damn it, here it is in print, okay? They said that, well, yeah, it probably wasn't great and wonderful, but unless there's a violation of law, we're not going to do anything about it. That was fine because we just wanted to be engaged in the debate. But it was very clear is that in legislation pending before a legislative body that had truthful criticism from the publisher of a webzine and a talk show host during session on a matter of import. I don't know how many boxes you want to check before this First Amendment free speech thing comes in.